want to know if we should be teaching entrepreneurship in schools, if only to find the next generation of lawnmower salespeople. David Cameron, he was very keen on the idea when he was PM, but teaching problem-solving, risk-taking and using initiative has yet to go on the national curriculum, while the business studies GCSE, which we do have, is by and large viewed as a soft option. What, if anything, needs to change? Here's Rosie with the numbers. Any kind of entrepreneurship stuff when you were at school?
Do you know, I wasn't taught any of those skills at school. I do feel like it's something that should be taught at school, though. I think some people are naturally born with that kind of drive to take risks.
Maybe.
I feel like for the people that aren't born with that drive, maybe once they take classes to learn those skills, they may be more inclined to do it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I can even see Simon Moore, our resident teacher, nodding in agreement as well. We found something we agree on.
Make it happen.
So, what do we think about teaching entrepreneurship in schools? Should we be doing it? Giving young people lessons in problem-solving, money-making, risk-taking, using their initiative? None of that's on the national curriculum, despite former Prime Minister David Cameron, remember him, calling on schools to inspire the next Richard Branson, Karen Brady's 2 years ago. There's a rum pair to choose. True, some schools offer the business studies GCSE, but I'm told that's viewed as a soft option, as a poor GCSE by universities, and that in turn deters some of the brightest kids from taking it. There have been inroads, don't get me wrong. There's one group I know called Ultra Education, and they work within primary and secondary schools, mainly around London, and they teach kids how to apply their stuff that they've learned in school in a business context. So pupils have to design things like colouring books and greetings cards, and then they're encouraged to sell them to one another. But parents have to pay for those courses. I think it's 90 quid for 6 weeks. Some free schools, they introduce business into the classroom at 14. Most business courses I've found are aimed at older people, sort of 16 plus, 18 plus. Dragon, Peter Jones, Vacuum Tycoon, Sir James Dyson. Tyson's opening his own academy in Wiltshire this year to teach the entrepreneurs of the future. And yet, while a few are doing something for our pint-sized wannabe entrepreneurs, other schools, they seem hell-bent on crushing any entrepreneurial ambitions in their pupils, threatening those who sell stuff to their peers with suspension. A lot of people wonder whether you can teach entrepreneurship, or maybe that it's something you're born with. One businessman, the former EMI boss Guy Hands, he argues that entrepreneurial flair actually often arises, not exclusively, but often arises in children who've been branded failures at school. Qualities like ambition, determination, risk-taking, and a desire to stand on your own 2 feet are things we develop outside of the classroom, he argues. So is there a case for teaching business skills in schools?
I think it'd be great. And I think my opinion is that, like, what I was asking before, maybe before there was a time where people worked for a company for a long period of time, and now there's a lot more small businesses. Now there's stores online, so you can have a Shopify store. Maybe entrepreneurship is more welcome now than it ever has been. So maybe
what we teach, setting up companies, how to avoid paying tax. I mean, these are the things I associate generally with entrepreneurs. Complicated company structures that are impossible for HMRC to investigate.
Yeah. So the thing is, it's kind of ironic how we've been talking about debt. Like, entrepreneurship is smart debt. I don't know what that is, but is that a good thing?
I don't know. It's Donald Trump who said that not paying federal tax was the smart thing to do. Susie, do you want to about it in schools? Is there a case for it?
Who's going to teach the entrepreneur course? Teachers that aren't entrepreneurs. I mean, I don't believe you can teach it. I think you can be inspired. No, I think you can be inspired by others that have done it. It's about taking risks. I would say the two big things about entrepreneurship is people that will take risks and have an overwhelming desire to stand on their own 2 feet and not work for anybody else. Just because you do a business course, it doesn't make you an entrepreneur. It means you can work in business. They are two completely separate different things.
I've got a computer science O-level. I know nothing about computers. Or science, actually. Grade B. Well, thank you, Scrooge, quite an accomplishment. Do you know, back then we had ticker tape, you know what this is? They went and you had to put ticker tapes into a machine, and you programmed to get the O-level, you had to write 2 times 2 equaled 4. Amazing.
Entrepreneur, I thought that was beyond business and actually, having an idea and making a quid out of it.
Yes, and driving a business.
And that. It was interesting yesterday. Ray Mears said we had that Bush school. We talked about that yesterday. And he was saying, it's a bit dodgy because you want to go to school where you learn to cope with the real world. Well, I don't know if school does teach you. And I talked to a teacher whether school does set us up for the real world. The curriculum, maybe, like talking about Finland. We were talking about Finland yesterday, their education system. If you see someone who's got a propensity for a bit of entrepreneurship, well, you go on there because you'll be doing entrepreneur today, and you'll be doing this.
But getting kids to make things and sell them to one another There's some schools that say when kids are trying to sell sweets to one another, bang, they're threatened with suspension. And here we are with parents paying courses, £90 for a course to get their kids to sell greetings cards.
Yeah, that's crazy, isn't it? And if a kid naturally wants to do that, they have a propensity to being entrepreneurial, which should be encouraged. That should be harnessed.
Out of interest, do you buy the Guy Hansland that actually it's often the children that are not coping well in mainstream education? Mainstream, the national curriculum is that they're the ones that actually are driven to become.
You do hear that a lot, and when you look at our big entrepreneurs, you'll see that a lot of them are dyslexic and there's stuff, and they're labelled as being slow. Exactly, and they come out and they have their own way of looking at things, and I think it's about time we stopped trying to label all children in the same boxes and looked at which children could do certain amount, what makes them happy, and stop shoving them in the same direction, because they're not all the same.
Okay, I agree. Well, let's find out if the people at home agree with you two.
Let's start with Katie on line 1.
Morning, Katie.
Morning.
What goes on in our schools? Is there a case for pushing entrepreneurism?
It basically, I don't know what to say, I'm so nervous. I did STEM days when I was 14 upwards, and it basically separated the people who could possibly lead and bring out new products and things like that, against those who were happy just to go along with the flow. So from there I knew that I wanted to do business, and I now direct my own company. I set it up when I was 21, I'm now 23. Prior to that I had 2 children from 19, and from there I wanted to do accounting because I had to do all the books and the things side. So basically, the skills that I learned from these STEM days and entrepreneurial days came in handy. So obviously, it's opened up all the doors I need for a better life for my children. I mean, I came from an unemployed home. My mum was too ill to work, so we were looking after her. So I had nobody to show me at all.
An amazing story. Can I ask, what is your business? What do you do?
It's basically myself and my partner. It's an auto electrical company at Oncos and Coaches.
But the germ of the business, your desire, your feeling that you could run a business came from a short course at school at 14.
Yes, it came from 14, and then I did business studies when I chose my GCSEs, and then I did A-level business as well. And basically, I was unhappy at work. I was on maternity after having my first child. I was pregnant with my second child. We started the business a week before my second child was born because I said to him, well, you're unhappy, let's just start it up and go from there. So when I had my second child, Sophia, he then basically was working every hour, and I was doing the paperwork as well as looking after 2 newborns in essence, because there's only 50 weeks between them.
Katie, I'm exhausted just listening to you. I've got 10 seconds left. Simon Law, is there a case for teaching business in schools? You're a teacher.
There is, yes. Enterprise education is a part of the curriculum at the moment, but there just aren't enough teachers to be. Which comes back to a natural entrepreneur will obviously be going out making money.
Okay.
But yes, to answer your question, yes, there is.
So it comes back to your very point, Susie Berry, that we haven't got the right teachers to teach the right information.